In a short introduction into the topic, I want to introduce the terms endonym and exonym. Furthermore, I would like to introduce the Open Gazetteer, an index of geographical names, as a subject of open maps for Europe, and then discuss the actual work concerning the place names of minorities. Finally, the results will be summarized. I want to illustrate the value of toponyms using the example of Sami languages. However, before doing so, I need to introduce two terms relevant for the presentation: exonym and endonym. On the slide are slightly modified shortened definitions from the United Nations group of experts on geographical names. An endonym is a name for a geographical feature in one or more languages spoken in the area where the feature is located. And an exonym is a name for a geographical feature in a language that is situated outside the area where that language is spoken. Why are toponyms important? Toponyms reveal both present and past settlements and migrations of minority groups. By differentiating between endonyms and exonyms, they provide interesting geographical information about these minorities. Endonyms indicate the region where the minority actually resides. When these endonyms are displayed, for example, on signposts, they signal the presence of a minority to everyone entering the area, making the ethnic group visible to its surroundings. Exonyms, on the other hand, illustrate the space of interaction and the relevant social environment of a group. They represent both the contemporary landscape significant to the community and its historical context. Toponyms offer valuable geographical insights. Let's illustrate this with the example of Sami languages. On the side map displayed, you can see in orange the area where at least one Sami language is officially recognized. All the Sami names in the recognized Sami language are endonyms. In light yellow, the area traditionally exploited by the Sami people is highlighted. Red dots on the right map indicate place names of settlements that have at least one exonym in a Sami language documented in the Open Gazetteer. These places are not located within the Sami-speaking area. These red dots represent, on one hand, the regional traditionally exploited by the Sami people, and on the other hand, the economically and politically significant settlements of today. Exonyms reveal the today and historical area of interaction of a social or linguistic group that extends beyond its language territory. The interactive space can be influenced by economic, social, or political factors. The Open Gazetteer is a compilation of the geographical names from the European National Place Names databases in common European maps, in a unified database managed by the German Federal Agency for Cartography and Geodesy. The Open Gazetteer is part of the project Open Maps for Europe, led by Eurogeographics. The goal of this gazetteer is to provide a comprehensive European service for geographical names based on authoritative naming data. Currently, the database includes geographical names from more than 50 European countries and dependent territories in approximately 53 languages. The Open Gazetteer encompasses toponyms from 4 types of languages, all 24 official languages of the European Union, all official languages, national languages of non-European Union countries, regional languages of participating countries with official toponyms, for example, Basque, Scottish Gaelic, Romansh, and so on. Many countries contribute to the Open Gazetteer not only with their nationally standardized toponyms, but also with their official minority toponyms. And fourth, languages without official toponyms. The last 2 types, regional languages and languages without any official toponyms, are the focus of the project for the further development of the Open Gazetteer. This moves me to the content of the Open Gazetteer, from the content of the Open Gazetteer to its shortcomings. The Gazetteer originally had 2 significant shortcomings. Firstly, it lacked all names that did not fall under jurisdiction of the National Mapping and Cadastre Agency. This means that the database did not contain any exonyms. This insufficiency was largely remedied for national languages by the preceding project titled Exonyms Management. The second still existing shortcoming is the lack of geographical names in minority languages. This is to be remedied in the ongoing project called Further Development of the Open Gazetteer. At the end of the project period, the database will include both endonyms and exonyms in minority languages. This is the page for the shortcomings. And now this is a list of existing regional languages. It includes languages for which place names are already recorded in the Open Gazetteer. However, this collection is very diverse, as the data available from reliable sources is varied and difficult to obtain. The most of these languages, endonyms, are available in the Open Gazetteer, but exonyms are only available in a few cases. What types of languages are still missing in the Open Gazetteer but will be included in the ongoing project for the further development? The following are currently absent. Official regional languages of minorities not provided by their national agency. As mentioned earlier, some countries contribute to the Open Gazetteer not only with authorized geographical names in the national language, but also with official endonyms in regional languages. However, for many countries like France, Italy, or Poland, these official endonyms as well as exonyms of regional languages are missing. Second, officially recognized regional languages that have no official place names. And third, toponyms of non-recognized languages. The list at the bottom of the slide provides some example of these types of languages. INSPIRE is a European standard for geographical data and provides technical directives for geoinformation. This standard includes data specification on geographical names. The Open Gazetteer, as part of a common European initiative, is obliged to apply and observe this directive. According to INSPIRE, each toponym in the Open Gazetteer is mandatorily assigned according to its nativeness as an endonym or an exonym and according to its status as official, standardized, historical, or other. Officials are names in current use and officially approved or established by legislation. Standardized are names in current use and accepted or recommended by a body assigned advisory function and or power of decision in matters of toponymy. Historical is a category for names no longer in current use, but only in certain specific situations. And other, a group for all types which could not be assigned to one of the other three. These attributes allow users to understand the context and nature of place names. They facilitate filtering and analysis, enabling users to identify specific types of place names. This is actually a screenshot from the editing platform of the Open Gazetteer and not from the official website. However, it shows you the attributes available for each dataset. As the Open Gazetteer is updated annually in July, you will not yet find minority toponyms of all languages mentioned in this presentation on the Eurogeographics website before July 25. Every name has the following attributes among others. Next marker. The object categories in two levels, the national one and the standardized by Inspire. This is here, the build-up and the populate place. The country, geographical coordinates in decimals format, which can easily be transformed to other formats. This allows you to get the exact position of the object. These are the coordinates. The country where the feature is situated according to ISO standard 3166. The language of the name according to ISO. The nativeness and the status of the name. There exist countless databases, dictionaries, gazetteers, and collections of geographical names of minority languages. However, these resources are often isolated and known only to those who directly engage with the area in work. The progress made with minority toponyms in the Open Gazetteer primarily focus on three key aspects. First, minority toponyms are linked to the official forms, linking them with all geographical attributes of the standardized endonym, such as precise spatial location in the form of geographical coordinates and feature category. Second, all names are categorized as either endonym or exonym and classified according to their status. This classification is essential for the proper and unambiguous use in publications and communication. Third, the names are included in the comprehensive pan-European database and are freely accessible to everyone as open data. The data can be downloaded and utilized in full without any restrictions. And at the end, here's the link to the Open Gazetteer of Eurogeographics. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for this talk on a topic that is central to much of the work being done here. Now the floor is open for questions. We have plenty of time. Yes.
Very interesting, thank you. I noticed that several of the languages spoken in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland are still listed here. Is this not linked to membership within the European Union, or is this was this funded for the situation before Brexit?
The Open Gazetteer and the project Open Maps for Europe is including all European countries, with exception of Russia and Belarus at the moment. For some countries, the data are not free, open access at the moment, but on the Open Gazetteer, but there are still negotiations ongoing, and it doesn't matter if they are part of the European Union or not. The ROOF organization in the background is Geographics, and that's for all European national mapping agencies.
That's very good, yes, thank you.
Are there any questions in the chat? While we're waiting for other questions, I was wondering, is there a way or plans to connect this to projects such as OpenStreetMaps or others that could be open to contributors? Is there some kind of dialogue whereby people would look up over, one another's shoulder?
The problem is that OpenStreetMap is a crowdsourced project, and this is the data from national agencies, and they are provided to the Geographics head's office, and it is a certain background that you must obtain certain rules that would not kept on OpenStreetMap. But national agencies provide their data to OpenStreetMap in some cases.
Yes, it would be one of the authoritative databases to which to refer when building an open source.
That's a big advantage of the Open Gazetteer, because you have authoritative data in this database.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. This is really interesting, and it occurs to me that it could be a very useful tool for historical research also. Are there any plans of including historical varieties of languages or even historical languages?
Historical toponyms are a shortcoming in this database and will be a shortcoming in future too, because you can manage the data for this, all these languages. It would be quite interesting, and we are following in this project the recommendation of the United Nations group, and these recommendations say that exonyms and should only be used in common used exonyms should only be in the database and not historical or political sensitive names in this way. We have a classification for this type of names, but we don't collect them in a systematic way.
Yes, it's a very sensitive topic. Our founder, Audrey Cour, was flunked at an exam because he had built a map of France with Nizza and Strasbourg and those places, making all the effort to put in the other languages. And the professor the teacher was a nationalist, and so it didn't end very well. So that's certainly a big can of worms. So let's thank our speaker again.